Hey, thanks so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back. This video, it's going to be a chat about the planners that I'm planning on using for 2025. So if you're interested, I hope you stick around. You know that I moved to Rings the last quarter of 2024, and I have been loving the system. It's been transformative, truly, in terms of how I plan, how I like to approach my planning right now, and what I keep in my planners, and feeling a little bit more conscious about how I'm spending my time and how I'm using the tools, which is the planners and the things that I have. For 2025, though, I wanted to switch it a little bit so it can feel a little bit different, and also taking into account the different things that happened throughout the 2024 while I was using my personal rings, and keep the same momentum going by keeping A rings, but also incorporating other things that will allow me to hopefully continue with the habit that I created in terms of journaling every single day and all that stuff, but also the flexibility of the rings. That's like a little intro and back history on why it is that you're seeing two different planners right now. The first thing is the pocket rings. This one is one that I showed you not too long ago. I think I've done a few videos already. I did the unboxing, reviewing the actual whole bearing cover when I got it, and I did a quick setup flip through where I chat about how I was setting it up to move into it in November. And I will be also sharing, if it's not already published, my how I used it for traveling, which was amazing. And so it is right here. It's going to continue to be about the same thing. The only thing that will change is how I'm using it, because again, when I did the setup in November, it was more of me trying to use it as my main and only planner for the month. And then I tweak it a little bit when I was traveling, but it was my only planner as well. So it was like my traveling planner and my regular planner. For 2025, though, I want it to be a little bit less of a planning catch-all. It's only going to be, or the idea is that I want to use it for more of a reminder when I'm out and about. So it'll be like an everyday carry where I will keep this one with me at all times, but it will have the compiled information from my main planner, which will be this one. This is a B6 still ink that I got on her sale at some point during the year for her 2024 planners. This one was dated, but I went ahead and whited out all the dates and everything throughout the entire planner so I could use it for the 2025. And I guess I wanted it to be undated in case I do fall off the actual planning. I can still come back in here at some of the time and use the rest of the pages. I'm trying to be more conscious about what I bring in my place, my home, and especially what I spend on stationery, because I think for the past 2 years, it's been too crazy in the planner community. I know this is a hobby, and hobbies, they tend to get expensive. But I don't want to continue that pattern, because a lot of planners I bought either last year or the year before that went to waste. Anyways, this time around, I wanted to ensure that I was using it more conscious and using what I had. So I had ordered this one already at some point when she was having this sale for destashing the 2024s, and I knew that I wanted it to be for me to undate it and white out everything and keep it on standby for 2025. And the idea is that I will use this one as my main catch-all planner. Since it is bigger, it's not as big as an A5, but it's also not too small that I don't have space for things. I do feel like, I want to be honest, I thinking about it makes me feel a little bit constrained because it is a bound book. And I'm getting used to having the rings and being able to move things around and add or remove sections as I need to. So that's something I'm giving myself some time to get used to it and know that I will use this one to collect my entire 2025, but I will also have the rings as an option to add or remove sections as I need them throughout the year. I already did a flip through of my rings in personal size, so I will link that video below in case you want to take a look at what I have in here. Not much has changed. I continue. My plan is to use it almost the same for 2025. The only difference truly will be that I will be using instead of the weeklies in here, since I will have weeklies in my B6, I will use this one as my to-dos for the day. So it'll be like the focus for each day. And that's the idea. So it would help me to stay focused on the tasks that I have to do for that day instead of seeing everything at a glance and trying to keep up with the trackers and all that stuff. I will continue to do all my trackers and everything like that in here. I will use this one to collect everything that's happening in my life. So I'm going to do a quick flip through on what I have in here so far, just to share with you what I have. It's not completely set up yet. I have a few sections and things that I want to continue to customize for the year and make it more personalized. I wanted to give you a peek. The first thing that I have in here is the cover is from Amazon. I do not remember actually, yes, I do. Never mind. I do. I kept the tag because it was lovely. So let me see. With the packaging little tape that came with it. It is called A Treasure by September Leather. It is a handmade cover and I got it on Amazon. I will link it below in case you want to support me in that way with my affiliate link. But you can type the name on Amazon and it should pop up. I love this one. I tried different ones for my B6. This is a B6 full year from Sterling Ink, and you know they can be chunky. I tried a few of them and they didn't fit quite right. When I received this one, I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. It is perfect. First thing that I noticed was the smell. It smells super good. I want to say it is real leather. It smells like leather and I can still smell it and it's perfect. It is the traveler's notebook sort of system where you can just wrap it around here. It has a big spine here, so it can give you plenty of space. And then it also has additional ribbons in the inside. So I could use this one to hold, I think it's 4. So I got one right here in the beginning, and then I have 2 more back here. Some more back here. I used to have the middle ones, 2 of them in here, but I think it was too bulky when I was writing. So I decided to have 1. What I'm thinking is though, to grab the second one, since I don't know if you can tell right here, but it is towards the front of the planner and I'm using it to divide the daily pages from the monthly and weeklies. I'm thinking that around the halfway through the blank pages, I might use the other ribbon to give it a little bit more support in here. But truly, it's not that I need it, it's that I think it might be helpful to protect the spine a little bit more for a little longer. So that's the outside. The inside, it's beautiful. I have these pockets here, so card pockets with this beautiful design in here, a big pocket in here. I don't have anything in here yet because I truly don't know. That's always a part that's a little bit more complicated, or it takes me a little longer to get into the mood of designing what I want to see in here. So I have it blank for now, or empty. At the front of the planner, since this is a 2024, I didn't want to see the actual date, which you can still see because this is clear anyways. I wrote over it with my golden marker and it's not my favorite. I went ahead and added a clear spot pocket and I'm using it to hold tarot cards in there. I might probably add stickers or something like that to cover it, like all of it. I wanted to cover the actual cover of the planner, but the material of it, it's not necessarily very friendly to stickers. So I'm surprised that this one's still there. So I added that one. And the only thing that it's actually good, I guess, it's that I can switch it throughout the year if I want to. If I get tired of seeing tarot cards, I can add something else in there. I can add pictures. I can switch it depending on the seasons or whatever, something like that. So in here, that's the front. Then I have the key here telling me what I want to include in here. And this time around, instead of writing my tabs, I'm using icons. I use that in my rings and I loved it. So I transferred that to here. I have here the very first page, which I attempted to make a pocket with this little bindings page. But every time I open and close it, it comes off. So I don't know what to do in there. I was using it to hold my trackers for 2025 that I was using, actually 2024 that I was using in my rings. I do want to have them all filled in one place and I will be archiving that. So I want to ensure that it is complete for the year. And I have this one too because I have been using it to track the places that not places, but every time we move, we are relieving. And every time we move from a park to a different location, I like to color code it and know how much time we spend at one location or when we travel. I'm holding those in there. On the first page here where you have the little calendar overview for 2024, I am planning on printing the 2025 and covering this one. And here I have a list of things that I want to ensure that are included in this planner, making sure that I have a cover, making sure that I complete my vision board and things like that. So that's the reminders, an extra reminder anyways, because I did went through the planner and I added the sticky notes through the different sections. So this is the goals overview. I started adding things here and there. This is an erasable pen. So if I decide to switch to something or make it a little bit more, what you call it, like quantitative or measurable, I can update the way I wrote it. I went in and kind of brainstormed quickly what I wanted to work on for 2025, and I started writing a little bit of it. I do have to work on it a little bit more. Here on the quarter overview, this time around, I decided instead of using it for trackers for personal tracking, I will be using it for content tracking. So this will be my content sort of tracking and making sure that I'm staying active in the different areas that I want to focus on. Last year was a lot of things happened, not last year, but 2024 was still here in 2024. So this year, a lot of things happened that I was not expecting. I went back to grad school. My son moved out and then moved back in and then moved out again. There's a lot of things happening. We have moved from campers, from the big one to downsize to a little one, traveled spontaneously. So there's a lot happening. And I am glad and grateful for all of that. But also because of that, I guess I had to tone down or focus on less areas at a time. And I decided to focus on YouTube and a little bit of Instagram. It's not necessarily my best year in terms of social media presence and stuff like that. But for 2024, I'm looking forward to working a little bit more consciously and intentional towards being more present and building my brand one way or another. So in here, I'm tracking the different areas that I want to focus on. And what I'm going to do is, since I moved in here in December, I can already use this one. I started tracking here in the back. I am in December. I am tracking every time I upload a video, every time I do a post on the community and YouTube, every time I shared any type of content in Patreon, every time I post in Instagram, and I'm going to be working on my blog as well for 2025. So every time I upload a blog, I will be tracking that in here, and hopefully this will keep me accountable. The left side, so the quarter overviews on the actual monthly spaces, I'm planning on adding maybe a list of ideas or reminders of topics and stuff like that that I want to talk about, hopefully ahead of time. That way I can have content pre-planned. So that's the idea for the content, and this will be that area for that. Then we get to the monthlies, and as you can see, I moved in December with the whole intention of getting used to the sizing and ensuring that I can use this and I feel comfortable in the size before the year begins. So I moved in December, and this is how I'm using it, just tracking important details and stuff like that I want to remember, birthdays and things like that are coming up. It's like an overview. And from there, I'll pull for my weeklies, which I started this week. So today's Monday. That's what I'm here for. I started thinking about whether or not I want to track my time. And I started doing it this morning, and then I completely forgot. I got into what I was doing and I completely forgot to track my time. So I'm thinking that's what I do want to do. I want to continue to track my time every time I do that. And I plan my to-dos for the day with time, giving myself time for certain tasks. It I find that's the way I am the most productive, but it is hard for me to remember to keep track of the time. Again, something that I have to work on, but this is how I'll be using the weekly. So not much to show you yet. Hopefully soon I'll have more to show. And then we get to the dailies, and on the dailies portion, I am planning on using, since I know for sure that I would not be here on December 2025, I decided to use the last week of December 2025 to use it as a vision board, to create a division between my planning and my dailies. And then we get to the blank pages, and I'm thinking about, after I have the vision board, which is that's, there, I will be creating other spreads that I want to continue to use throughout the years. I want to do a mind map of actionable steps that I can take throughout the year to accomplish the milestones or the goals that I'm going to be setting for 2025. That's going to be in here at the beginning. And then I want to have, what is it? I wanted to bring a few of the spreads that I have been doing in my cousin. I loved this year that I was able to use the final page on the Hobonichi cousin, where you can, let me see if I can grab it real quick. This page where you can track, I used it anyways to track my wins or the highlights of the month. And I love doing that and looking back at it at this page. So I'm thinking I want to do something similar for in my common planner. So in here, I'm rating the experience and I'm jotting down like a few lines of that specific event that I want to highlight. So I highlight a few things. We went to Japan, spent a whole month over there. I turned 40. I started my grad school, went to California for the first time, and things like that. So these are highlights for the year. I'm not tracking anything that is negative. So that's another thing that I want to continue to do. Not that I think that my life is perfect, that it's not, but I don't like to relive the negative aspects of the year. I do like to reflect on them, learn from them, and move on. So I like to keep track of the positives. So I want to bring some kind of spread that looks similar to that one that I showed you. And then I begin my dailies. So I simply wrote December 2024 and I started my dailies. And in here, I was planning on doing like a whole um, monthly goal setting and stuff like that. I never got to it. And I went ahead and started my days. Super simple, the sticker for the day. And in the morning, I would jot down a reflection, thought, or whatever, some quote either from a book or something that I was thinking, or a way to give me myself something inspirational to start my day. And then throughout the day, or at the end of the day, I'll come back and summarize what we did. This is really a recap, anyways, because I was doing this one on the first few days. We were still in California, so I went back to my travel insert and I wrote a little bit of what we did that day, and then this is the next few days. So something similar. This one is very short, as you can see. So I have 4 days in here. I have 3 in here, and then I have a whole day in here. And I wanted it on purpose to be like that because I wanted to restart with the division in the middle, like I was doing in my personal ranks. I think that it's the way I feel more comfortable using the dailies, especially when they're this big. Even though this is not in A5, it still feels a little bit bigger comparing to my personal ranks. So I decided to go back to this style and dividing the page into and then starting my day. And wherever I'm done with the day, that's when I'm going to start the next one. So there's no page per day per se. So hopefully I will have plenty of space for the entire year, and hopefully I will stay here, and hopefully I will see it complete at the end of the year, which is something that I loved about my cousin in 2023. I did finish my dailies in 2023. This year, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I felt like I had too much to keep up with, and I didn't really finish this one. I stayed here for a few months, and then I came back for a week or two, and then like that. So I don't think it was my best. I think I stayed here, I want to say about 4 months. And when I go back to the pages that are filled, I love looking back at these. I love how they feel. I loved how I can read through and remember about what we were doing that day, and seeing even the stickers or the doodles that I did. I usually try to make them that relate to whatever it is that I'm writing about, so I can instantly remember what it is that I was writing or whatever. I love doing this, just going back to my pages and seeing what I had done. So I want that for this one. I want this one to be the entire 2025, and I'm looking forward to that. And again, putting myself in the situation, using it as my main sort of for the month of December, and hopefully getting used to it by the time we begin 2025. What else do I have to show you? That was my dailies, my weeklies, my dailies. There's nothing really else to show you in here. Just the back of it, I went in with that golden marker and doodled, but I didn't love it, so I didn't do it in the front. But still there. I have my daily stickers, daily stickers in here. I have a few months ready for me to be used. I guess that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to show you. Other than, I guess, this, just saying that this is not my planning system for 2025. But I do have other planners. I do have my 5-year planner, which I'll be using for, again, collecting the memories for the dailies. I did not do very well this year. I did get it I got it in March, so I could have keep up with it, but it was, I don't know what it is. It's taking me some time to kind of get used to coming back over here and writing down something about our days. I did good on September. I think September and October, I did pretty good, but I fell off on November, and hopefully we'll see if I can do it in December, but I'm planning on keeping up with it. I did get another one in California for when I'm done with this one. Hopefully I can build up the habit, filling it up every day, and we'll have the memories there to look back at. And then I have these other 2, which aren't necessarily planning. These are for school anyways, but I guess I want to show them to you because it's something that I do open often. These are my dailies, and these are like at least 3 times a week. I come over here and I update my school plans. So I have my Bloom's daily planner, which they sent me to review. I did a review not too long ago. I love this planner. I love that it has pretty much all that you need. This is an academic planner, so it is perfect for what I'm using it for. I have filled in a lot of these. I have to go back and fill in some other stuff, and I'll be using the trackers for the 2025. So I'm leaving those blank for now, but I have been using the monthlies for my planning. So for school plans, just make sure that I have the deadlines and stuff like that to keep me accountable. And I started using this one on September. September, as you can see, it's well used. Like, it is serving its purpose, and yeah, it's working fine. And this is this is monthlies and weeklies. Anyways, there's not a lot other than notes from school and things that I want to work on. And then I use this one for my daily notes, or not daily notes, but class notes. I can't show you a lot, but these are my blank pages actually from my Wonderland 2, which I got last year. Actually, no, I got at the beginning of this year with the intention to use it as my main planner, but then it became too big and I switched from it to my weeks, I believe. I can't remember. But I kept the dailies because I love how they feel. It's perfect. And I had plenty. This is a big planner. As you can see, it doesn't even fit in the screen, but it's an A5, and it feels bigger because it's in rings, but it's perfect for what I'm using it for. I'm truly using it for notes. I come over here and I'll open my my class and add notes. So these are all the classes I've been taking. And let me see. I don't know if I can show you notes like that. I have the title of the class, and then I write whatever it is that we're working on, things that I want to remember from the class. And that's that. It's blank pages truly. And it has been perfect. We'll continue to use it on 2025 for my classes until I'm done. And even if I am done with my grad school, but I continue to take certificates and stuff like that, I'm thinking I will keep that one handy until I'm done with the pages. And then we will know what I'm going to do with it. This is what I have so far. This is what's going on for 2025. I am giving myself the time in December 2024 so I can get ready for 2025. And that's something that I can invite you to do if you haven't really decided yet, if you're not sure what to do for 2025, you have an idea, but you're not sure. I 100% recommend that you give yourself the time before the year begins so you can get used to whatever it is that you're attempting to use, and then also give yourself the opportunity to perhaps discover that might not be what you want to do, and you might switch your plans, but then you have plenty of time to arrange and adjust as you need to. I wanted to share what's going on, what the plan is. I hope that in some way this video has been helpful and inspiring for your own setups. If you have questions or comments or recommendations or anything that you would like me to talk about coming up in my channel, I invite you to leave that in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.